Summer is fast approaching, and I think it's time we took a little bit of stress out of our lives, isn't it? With HelloFresh UK, you can get all the ingredients and inspiration you need to make your meal times and your cooking experience simpler than ever. HelloFresh provides a number of recipes and meals to make your life as easy as possible, and also caters to a wide range of different dietary requirements. Use my special discount to get 50% off your first order plus 35% off the next three, and 3 free gifts as well. What more could you ask for? Check out the discount link or the checkout code down in the description below. Well, today marks our final episode as England international manager. But will we go out in a blaze of glory with a European Championships win? Or will we do what many of you in the comments have suggested and fall the first time we face a top nation? Is first v second in the world rankings for a place in the final? Let's go and find out if we can live up to the hype. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 108 of the Head Coach with me, Daniel. We are back today for the European Championship semi-final, the start of our final episode as England manager. But will it finish with a final, a third place playoff, and success or disappointment? We are obviously going to find out the answer to that today before taking over at Manchester United for what may be our final move in club management and a return after 2 years away following our departure from Palace. So if you're looking forward to it as we play first v second in the world rankings in a semi-final, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know in the comments before we start, no cheating. Do you think we make the final? Do you think we win it? Or will we fall to Spain, the next best side in the world? Let us know your predictions. We'll see who's right at the end. But hopefully it will be a glorious finish to our time as England manager. We've certainly not failed now reaching the semis, but a few of you, okay, maybe slightly harsh in the wording, but I do agree with the sentiment. We've not had a difficult game to get here on paper. We've played 5 games we should have won, and in fairness, we've won them all, but we've now got a test against a side that are our equal. They've probably got more individual quality. We've got a more settled side. But here's the big problem today, and I've put it on screen so you can see it. Our fitness is all over the place. Yes, we've had 4 days off, but the tournament just seems to be catching up with people. While I could go and make changes and say, yep, let's get this job done. We'll try and get a few more younger faces in. I've got to go with the first 11 now, and it may come back to haunt us because we know that fitness is an issue in FM, but they must be in the same position, and the only difference is they've probably got a stronger bench. So we're going to stick with the same 11 that played in the quarterfinals. This is the team, and it is struggling for fitness, but I want to give it a chance. It's Elijah Smith in goal. Stansfield and Livramento the fullbacks with Parsons and Roberts at centre-half. Hodgkinson and Bellingham the midfield 2 with Clousdale, Devine and Saka at the attacking 3. And then Chris Lewis on his own up front. We've managed to get the yellows reset without any suspensions. We've done a good job on that front. We've won every game. We're in confident form. The morale's looking pretty good, bar Lewis, who wants to leave his club. But this is about the best position we could be in. The question is now, do we fall at the first top-class opposition we face, or do we make history and get to the final? Let's go and see how we get on against a side you might expect to win. It is Spain v England in a European Championship semi-final. There's only one place in the final, up for grabs. Well, this is an interesting one because it seems like Spain have been rotating a bit. They've made 6 changes for today from the quarterfinal. So either they rested people for that one, or maybe they've taken out some of the more tired legs, because you look at the people like Balde and Gavi who are dropped and you think they're first team level. So this could be pretty interesting. We're going to get through the dressing room, give the fans a day they'll remember. Let's go and get through the tunnel. Let's get into the first half. We're going to try and be in the ascendancy and dominate this game. Spain are playing 4-4-2. What world have we come to? We're playing a midfield 3 against Spain and they're playing 4-4-2. Into the first half we go. Both sides are flying through this tournament. And of course, we know it's the top 2 in the world rankings. How good is that FIFA judgment? Well, 8 minutes gone and here we are coming down the right-hand side with our first highlight of the match. And you feel, looking at the respective fitness today, especially with them rotating, we're going to have to get this done in the first half because these lads will be on empty later on. Oh, Saka with an overhead kick. You very rarely see a bicycle kick in the match engine. And that was a pretty spectacular one. Just over the bar, it was probably always rising. but nice to see a chance regardless, as they then have a header at the other end, straight into the arms of Smith. One shot each, but to be honest, very comfortable for both so far. As Elijah Smith with a big kick out from the back, over the top towards Devine. Lopez brings it down, and that's the advantage, isn't it? They can bring in players of that level. Lopez is probably better than Hodgkinson, and he's coming in as a sub for them. They've put in a centre forward one-on-one. The 4 1-on-1 with the goal. We're going to VAR, but that was onside, I can assure you. I watched the highlight there. There is no chance this is disallowed. The goal will stand. There you go. 1 down after 10 minutes. Not the best of starts here against Spain, but we're straight up the other end with a Saka corner. Headed away to Parsons. At least he's finding the back post now. Out to Devine on the edge with the heaviest touch you will ever see. And Spain get free here. Very easy for them to play out because we're just not performing at the minute. And maybe you're all right in the comments. We're upholding the national form of as soon as we get against a big side, we get outplayed. And it's happening at the minute. We're going to drop to balance because this is a bit of an onslaught. We'll encourage to try and get the morale up. But if the fitness fails us in the first half, I'm not sure how we respond later on because we're not going to be superior second half, are we? Half an hour gone. The stats are pretty even in fairness. We've dominated the ball. We've had a few chances, but we don't look like scoring. And we saw this in the Nations League, didn't we, when we played Italy in the final? Another great side. As soon as we got put under pressure, we didn't look like we could hit a barn door. And here's Jabari Roberts out to Saka. Again, an underhit pass. Technically, so many mistakes today. It's not like us. We've been seamless in this tournament, but for the first time, we're under pressure and we're behind in a game. As Hodgkinson finds Roberts. Out wide to Stansfield. Down the line to Clousdale. Again, running out of steam already. Look at the fitness. It's abysmal that Clousdale works through. And a shot straight at Linares. I don't know how we come back into this because although it looks like we're gaining momentum, we've not got the fitness. And how it seems to happen in every major tournament. And it's part of the game in FM because you can't manage rest and training and things for international sides. You just end up with these knackered players who seem to be going at full tilt all the time. When realistically, they wouldn't be doing much between games. I'm going to give it to the hour mark because we were getting on top the end of that second half. And we'll just see if we're able to swing the momentum or at least get a shot back in this. Doesn't look like it's coming. So let's take a couple off. Fresh legs are going to be the ones we need today. Tesgel is going to come on for Chris Lewis up front. I'm going to take off Saka, who will be replaced by the experienced Harvey Elliott. Scored in the last game, didn't he? Hodgkinson's had a poor game. Ocon on for him. Maybe Adrian Smith, actually. He'll come on for Devine. And I feel like I have to save one sub just in case of an injury or something. So those are the 4 we're going to make for now. All changing attacking areas. Give us that impetus. It'll either lead to us being more disjointed. Oh no. I've brought on Develay by mistake in attacking midfield. You absolute buffoon. Of all the games to not pay attention, Parsons is booked and the most tired player on the pitch. So Develay will just go in centre half. And on comes Adrian Smith. Oh, I tell you what. That is a very stupid thing to do at a very important moment. Let's encourage. There's 15 to go. I'm not actually sure we've had a shot on target second half. As Adrian Smith picks it up. The man we've relied on to unlock a door when we're in need. Here he comes down the right. Goes back to Stansfield in possession. He finds Henry Ocon. Into Clousdale. Can we get back in it? Great strike. Oh, Linares tips it onto the post. It's great goalkeeping. I don't know how he kept that out. It's a stunning effort. But it stays 1-0 to Spain. And that early mistake at the back is going to cost us. As Elliott with a cross towards the back post. Ocon's up but can't win it. Roberts back in the mixer, but no one's there. He's out for a throw. 1-0 it stays. Oh, it's going to be a frustrating day, isn't it? Glorious failure again for England as Tesgel finds Smith. He goes for the switch to Clousdale. 2 running off him. Tesgel's 1. He's in 1-on-1. He dinks the goalkeeper. And it's not over yet. Emre Tesgel with a wonderful goal. Apologies, headphone users. I am close to shouting now. That was magic. We've been the better side since we conceded. We've got our reward, but now, will we sit back and think we've done our bit because it's straight down the other end? Pena finds the centre half. Spain keeping possession. Much better since they've conceded now. Maybe these swings in momentum are too much for us. Big ball forward from Spain, which Stansfield intercepts. Clousdale definitely been the best player, but he's running out of legs. Bellingham back to Roberts. The big question here, who on earth, if we get to the final, will be fit in 3 days' time? The final's on Sunday, man. As Tesgel out wide to Clousdale. Through ball to Smith. Brilliant run. 2 in the middle. Tesgel's there. Gets in. Adrian Smith, the man we brought on to unlock a door, he stayed fit, he's delivered a great cameo, and Emre Tezgel, you may have just earned your starting spot in the final. Chris Lewis' club unhappiness is affecting him, and Tezgel has scored on the big occasion. We got 4 minutes of stoppage time. I'm about to go and do the time wasting, but I need to see this highlight out first. You all know how superstitious I am on this. Stansfield on the right, has support, we score again, we won't need it. Tezgel can't get there, it's back to Linares. He plays short. Spain sticking to their principles. Livramento into head away. Bellingham. Oh, he's caught in possession. He's got nothing left. And it might be too late now. Stansfield down. Bellingham again. Just hook it. It's through to Adrian Smith. Crown off a brilliant cameo, will you? Oh, off the post. It's cleared away. Clousdale back in. Punted clear. 40 seconds to go. The time wasting's going on. We have got a minute of stoppage time left. And this might be, to be fair, a very good performance to go with a win. It's deserved, and that's where we want the ball. 20 seconds to go, and it is an England corner. Oh, just take it short. Give us the time wasting properly. Elliot, you can take your booking here, mate. I don't mind. Take as long as you want over this corner kick. Look at the difference the subs have made. And look at the win we've got. First v second in the world rankings. We have made it to the final. Do you know what? A big setback to overcome early on. But from that point on, we were brilliant in that game. Spain took a gamble with team selection. We took a gamble with fitness. The problem for us now is on Sunday, I'm sure it's going to backfire. In international management, you can't do anything. You can't rest players from training. You can't really aid their recovery. It's an awful thing, and it's part of the problem of the game. But if we can get through one more weekend, we might well just do it. And a few of these subs today, well, they might get a run out in the final. Here we are then, and we are back for the final game of our England international managerial stint, and it is a chance at glory with our home nation. We face world champions the Netherlands in the final of Euro 2036, and this squad is falling on its backside. I'm a bit worried that half of the United players involved are wanting to move on from their club and are discussing it in the build-up to a final, but the bigger issue, as we know, is international management being underbaked in FM23. Means no chance to manage training load, fatigue, rest, any of the important stuff. And that means going into the final, we are in this position. Most of our squad can barely run. People like Lewis Parsons, I'm at the point where I ask, is it actually worth him playing? Do we go for the super sub Tezgel up front? Surely we've got to consider him. We'll be back in a minute to run through the team for our final game as England manager. A trophy could well be delivered. Time for some very big calls that don't really make sense, and many of them contradict each other, but here we go anyway. I have made, I think, 3 changes to the starting 11, and I've changed another player's position as well. So in are the furthest 3 players in attack, as you can see. Tezgel, the super sub, Adrian Smith, who made a massive impact, and Harvey Elliott on the left wing. Saka has just run out of steam. Chris Lewis is unhappy and didn't play well in the semis. I couldn't leave Tezgel out. And out goes in centre midfield Hodgkinson, who is not fully fit and had not played that well. Devine drops into the playmaker role, which will hopefully save his legs a bit more, and Adrian Smith is in as the 10. However, in spite of being the most fatigued player, I am leaving Parsons in. Part of the reason for that is, if we get to the hour mark and we're ahead, I will bring on Kelleher, our former player at Palace and a City left back, Livramento over to the right, Stansfield at centre half, all sorted. But when we played without these two together in the warm-up games, we were awful at the back. And I just want to give us a solid footing. So this is the 11 in full, the 3 changes at the top end of the pitch, and Parsons is not going to last that long. Let's go and get through to the team selection. Let's go and see who the Netherlands have picked. And let's get into the Euros final. A chance to regain it for this England side after their last triumph 8 years ago. A few of these players must have been around then. And for us, a chance to go out in style before returning to club football and trying to make it at the top of that game as well. Well, you have to say, don't you, this underpins all of the issues with FM23's international management and what's been the problem for years. We had it before when we were at England. Was it FM21? Nothing's changed. You can't manage fatigue. You can't manage training. And as a result, we have got a position where the Netherlands have changed most of their team for the final, many of them weakening their first 11 for the biggest game of the tournament. We've had to make 3 changes and we're playing a few running on empty. And you're now not seeing the best of both sides. The benefit to that is the Netherlands have got a lot of experienced players, and I feel we may be the beneficiaries. but you can never tell. And as a result, both teams are hampered. If we have a look at the opposition today, they've basically gone for a fully fit team, and a few of them are first team players. So like Vink, they rested for the semi-finals and took a gamble. But there are a few that would have played who are now on the bench. So I'm not really sure who the favourites are based on this. The Netherlands are world champions. We beat them pretty comfortably in the Nations League afterwards. But what can we do in this game? We've never played them on this scale. I haven't managed a game in my career at this scale, in this head coach career. Now, can we make it the best day of our career with a big win in a big final over in Germany in Euro 2036? Let's go and get into the first half. Both sides pretty much matching up tactically. We're going to try and be on the front foot because same again, we've got to get this done in the first hour. The Netherlands actually started the tournament a little bit dodgy. They got 4 points in that group of death, but they did get through and they've managed to make it count. For us, it has been win, win, win. 6 in a row, only a couple of goals conceded. But can we deliver on the big stage? Our defence is running on empty. Let's see how they compete. Well, sadly, what I'd imagine we're getting as a result of this is a very poor final with not many highlights. We've had one shot on target in half an hour and no highlights so far. Though we've got the ball with an attacking throw. Bellingham surely fouled, but we carry on. Clousdale gets there. The advantage was played. It deflects into the keeper. It's not the best effort, is it? But it's a start. Stansfield has picked up a knock. In fact, he hasn't. He's just knackered. Look at the fitness of the team. It's all over the shop. Elliott's free kick just wide. And he's going to have to do 90. Those fresh legs have got to deliver. But Tesgel's been a great super sub this tournament, as has Smith. They've not really had to start and show that quality for 90 minutes. And maybe they're going to break down. We've seen it with Smith before. One shot on target, that's for the Netherlands at half-time. And really not much quality in this game. But both sides have got nothing in the tank. Of course, both sides having to rotate. This is a real damning indictment of international management in this game. But here is Simons with a free kick. Chance to put it in. Might well be a set piece that decides this tournament. Parsons heads away. He's still got enough to do that. Belambo gets in, though, just wide of the post. And it stays 0-0 with an hour gone. But let's go and make changes. We've got 25 remaining. And I don't think many of these can compete. I mean, even Elliott's knackered. He's barely played a game. What can we do in defence? Parsons is struggling. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it a bit longer. Because I'm banking on, at the moment, we can compete in this game. And the longer we leave it, the better opportunity we've got to make real changes that are effective towards the end. So just over 15 minutes left. Now I'm going to go for it. Devine is really struggling. He's going to be the first one off. Jonah Hodgkinson could come on, but I'm going to go for Ocon. I'm going to bring Hames on for Clousdale on the right, who I feel can make a difference in this game too. We're going to have to do the sub we wanted with Parsons. It's going to be Kelleher on for him. Might have to be Develay as well because Livramento's struggling. I could bring on Duffy, our United player, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go Develay at centre-half, Kelleher out at left-back. And then we've got one more change. It could be Stansfield on the right, could be Bellingham in the middle. I'll save it in case of injury. You've got to be a bit cautious in these finals. We made 4 changes. We pushed on a little. But what are we going to achieve? It's the Netherlands with a throw on the left-hand side. Stansfield wins the flick on. Gets there before Klosterman. Do not give it away. Plays back to his goalkeeper, Elijah Smith. Out to Develay, the sub. Our new player at Manchester United. We'll be managing him from tomorrow, of course. Out to Harvey Elliott on the left wing. Through to Adrian Smith. It's a brilliant touch. He's fresh from the Euros so far. But his shot's over the bar. Oh, it should have been the goal. 11 efforts, none on target. It's not really been good enough for us, has it? We've got Stansfield struggling at right back. We've also got Bellingham in the middle. I mean, which one do we take off? I don't know who benefits at the minute. For now, I'm just going to encourage the lads because Tesgel's had an awful game up front as well. I really don't know what to do. And I think what I'm going to go for is Bellingham off. Smith drops a roll. Tesgel drops a roll. Let's go aggressive. Lewis up front. We're going to push for the win here. Get a second striker on. We're going to extra time by the looks of it with Kelleher. Throw on the left-hand side. In the stoppage time. Hames is up. Oh, that would have been one hell of a story. If Ben Hames, our former Crystal Palace man, had scored the winner. But it's into the keeper's arms. It's been such a low-quality game. And you've got to blame it on the fatigue. As Stansfield heads away. Not really convincingly, though. He'll be the next man off if we go to extra time. As Smith goes over the top. Chris Lewis is in. Another one of our former Palace players. And he's shot straight at the keeper. You can't miss those, Chris Lewis. One last chance from the corner kick. Elliott's going to take it. And it's going to be delivered to the back post, is it? Lewis is up there. He can't win it. And it's away as far as Smith. His header's poor. And that's going to be it. We're going to extra time. Netherlands bring it away. It's straight out for a throw. Extra time we go. The European Championships is going to the wire. And I don't know who to bring off here. I'm going to leave Stansfield on. I know it's a risk, but Elliott off. On comes. I was going to take Tezgel off, but I'm not. Saka's coming on left wing. The big experienced man. He scored some of the most important goals for us in this save. And he is going to be on for extra time. Also a good penalty taker in game if we need it. As De Vogel's got a free kick for the Netherlands. Probably the fresher side at the minute. In goes Beninga. What an extra day off after the semis help. Lewis brings it away. Had a great chance to stop this extra time occurring. Looks for the switch here to Saka though. He's in the middle as well. Hames is arriving too. Cut back towards Ben Hames. Down to Tezgel. He's done it again. Emre Tezgel with the goal. 98th minute. Saka's cross found Hames. His shot deflects away. And Tezgel is there arriving late. The extra striker on the pitch was worthwhile. We make it 1-0. We are ahead in extra time. Now, how on earth do we go about holding on? Do we keep playing the same way? Do we sit in and defend it? I really don't know. As Hames wins a flick on, he's on a yellow card. Do not get sent off. It's back to the Netherlands keeper. Wrench brings it away. The world champions will not just give up. They will find a way to push forward. In they go to Helston. Big ball over the top. They're going to throw men forward, but Deverlay wins it. Ocon away to Tezgel. Through ball to Chris Lewis. Oh, it's an awful touch. He's been so poor since he's come on. But Hames is released by Smith. It's Ben Hames. Adrian Smith sets it up. How many times do I say we have finally got that decision right to bring him in? And Ben Hames, the man who we left at Crystal Palace to take this England job. I said he would contribute to this squad. I had to pick him over Williams, who was arguably as good on paper, but wasn't playing regular football for Bayern Munich. We got a bit of stick for leaving Solly Arson out of the squad. That was from the English media. But look, the man we put in his place is the man who has scored the goal to wrap up the Euros. Now we should be able to enjoy this occasion, and we should be able to see time out comfortably. It's a long ball forward that Roberts heads away. He's got nothing left, but he's been brilliant in this game. Another clean sheet so far, though Malambo's trying to change it. In from the left, there's nothing chasing him. That's a tired tackle. Stansfield's going to give away the penalty. We'll go to VAR, and we're going to have to time waste at the end here, but you've got to give it to these boys. They fought so hard. But that one, there was just no legs left in the tackle. And unfortunately, it's cost us. We're going to slow it down. We are also going to stop playing out of defence. Now, let's see if the penalty goes in. Elijah Smith, do you fancy being on the back pages of the papers tomorrow? Taylor with the penalty kick, takes it. Oh, it's a wonderful save. Elijah Smith, take a bow, will you? 2-0 England. He saves the penalty and he gets us out of jail. He avoids the nervy finish. Simon's corner, headed away. Ocon will go up. He doesn't get there. But that is a huge moment. And surely now it's going to be our day. Tezgel picks the ball up in midfield here. Through to Hames, it's intercepted. And Jabari Roberts wins his header. Stansfield somehow still standing. Gets it back to Ocon. Another player will be managing from tomorrow. Down the right-hand side he goes. Cuts it into Tezgel. Wrench clears it away. Deverlay wins another header for Smith. What a performance he's had in a semi and final. Saka crosses. Lewis in. Ben Hames in hits the post. Not sure how we didn't score that. It could have been a brace for Ben Hames. A goal and an assist will have to do. But this is the only thing that matters. England are lifting Euro 2036. We didn't bottle it when we played the biggest nations. And we didn't bottle it when we got to extra time and didn't take our chances. Elijah Smith saves the penalty. Tezgel and Hames score the goals. And England, with us in charge for one major tournament, win Euro 2036. The biggest moment on our CV by a long time. The first trophy I think we've won since we were at Bromley in the National League. You can fact check that one and let me know in the comments. But that is one hell of a way to go out. European champions are England. And we are now going to take charge of Manchester United. Let's go and look at the inbox messages and say goodbye to England. Well, here we go. An incredible achievement for me and this England team. I write my name in the history books at Wembley Stadium. And what a win over in Germany against the world champions after extra time. And we managed that squad and that fatigue fantastically. Elijah Smith man of the match purely for that penalty save. We win the first major tournament in 8 years and just the fourth in England's history. So let's go and resign from this job and put all of our focus into Manchester United. There we are resigning as manager of our international team. Now we will be back tomorrow for the formal introduction to Manchester United. We got the job a couple of weeks ago, as it looks like James Milner is in the front line for the England job. But what an effort it was. We're going to have a look to see what United have been doing since we joined. A lot of work from the director of football, most of it not very good to be honest. We'll meet the squad, we'll meet the players, we'll plan our tactic, we'll get prepared for our next job and our first elite job in club management. If you're looking forward to that and you did enjoy the brilliant effort in Euro 2036 from England, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Apologies to all our regular Scots, you can start enjoying the series again from the next episode. But what a one it's going to be. We've done it at international level now, we've got to prove it at club level. Not usually the way round we have to do it. Just 2 goals conceded in 7 games and 2 elite nations beaten in the end. If you want to stay up to date with what's next and see if we can now match our achievements at club level, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. In the meantime, we'll be back with our Build a Nation save tomorrow. That one's hotting up and it's in the eye above. Make sure you don't miss any of it. A massive week of playoff predictions over on the podcast channel too. You can find that one up there with the Twitch channel. And down below, links to our brand partners HelloFresh UK and NordVPN. Massive shout out to them for their support. A massive thank you to you for watching as always. I'm feeling pretty euphoric at the moment. We've got to get our focus on United. Back in a couple of days' time to meet the squad and get planning for a very big season ahead.